Hey everybody, my name's Amber. I started the Amber channel, and the Amber channel is a very safe, positive place on the internet to be inspired, motivated, and to help you live a happy and aligned life. There was a time in my life where I was not happy, I was not aligned, and um, I remember it all started really when I was around 7 years old. I was watching TV with a couple of adults, and I was told to change the channel. I didn't really know how to change the channel. I was like 7, 8 years old or something like that, and I was a little slow, not really connected, very introverted. I was kind of a weird, awkward child. And when they asked me to change the channel and to turn it up, I wasn't sure if it was like around 10, like channel 10, if they meant up as in channel 11 and then pushing the arrow up, or pushing it down to turn it up. I was just very confused what they meant by that. And then um, as a result, I hesitated. I didn't know what they meant, and they called me stupid. Uh, Adults, and I was, around 7, 8 years old, and I was already very introverted, and that really was a big moment that really stemmed a lot of sadness, fear, um, all these emotions that I wasn't aware of as a child, just because I was a child. And there were also times where I didn't grow up with healthy, emotionally healthy people, and there was a lot of you know and I also had a really hard time connecting with people who didn't understand that about me. And so I was called those names and treated not nicely, growing up, like an outsider, like I was something, you know just I just wasn't a part of. I had a kindergarten teacher who was just so mean to me and was nice to all of the kids except for me. And I would go home crying, and there was a time where I've had girls that I would meet in fourth grade, fifth grade, and they would just all of a sudden stop being friends with me because they thought I was a weirdo, and I'd run home crying. And it was just reliving that right now, and I'm just like, oh my God, all that fear and all that sadness, and not feeling that I was liked, and then going home not feeling that I was loved, and it just really, whew, um, it just really kind of affected how I kind of, my upbringing, and just feeling not, right. So I kind of took all that stuff with me, growing up. It kind of snapped out of it, kind of broke out of my shell. And don't mind you, I've had, some great times. I was a great athlete. I went to summer camps. My sister and I were really close. And, all these things, I've had, it wasn't terrible, but I also had some terrible, it was all about balance, I guess. But things, negative things stick. And I had a lot of fear growing up, and bringing me up to, it all accumulated. There was a time where I, just was so full of social anxiety, I just could not even function. I had a violin recital when I was younger, and they gave me a solo act, and when I got up there in front of that crowd, I just didn't even respond for a good like 30 seconds. And I just look back now and I think, okay, now I know why, why these things happened, and why as a result this is what happened. I started drinking when I was 14 years old. That made me really confident, and all that fear that I had went away. So I kind of use that as my, way to escape. Every human being wants to just feel comfortable. We don't like to feel uncomfortable. We don't like to feel this way. And so when I found something that didn't make me feel this way, I kept doing it. And you know, and that grew because I wasn't able to heal. I was just able to hide all that stuff and, um, kind of, I guess the word I'm trying to say is just, I don't know, it's not coming to me right now, but it was just kind of putting a band-aid over a wound. The band-aid needed to be open to heal, rather. So at the age of 30, I had a really big moment in my life where I call myself a garbage can because I had all this garbage stuffed in me. The fears from my childhood, the accumulation of my growth, all of these anxiety, sadness. I started being toxic, started having toxic relationships, eating toxic foods. My job became toxic, everything, and my actions and behaviors. I started partying a lot more, and everything just became so toxic, and I was like literally felt like a garbage can, and I felt like my self-worth, my self-esteem, everything was just come to a full point where I'm like, I need to do something or I'm gonna die of something. So at the age of 30, I ended up quitting my job. I moved, I relocated, and I just started, praying. And one of the things when I was little, my grandmother was a Buddhist, and so I'd always go to temple with her. And so I just remember being so peaceful and chanting with her and practicing that. And I resorted back to spirituality because I remember when I was little, that's what really brought me peace. And so I moved, I became a nanny, and that was a really, really amazing thing just because I was in corporate America as in ad agencies as a graphic designer for 13 years, 14 years, and then I had to just start from scratch and reassess my life. And one of the things that came, as I was praying and chanting and practicing, spirituality and really getting spiritual and trying to find inner peace. I just wanted inner peace. Uh, Things came into my life. I ended up being able to run half marathons. I started following my passions, and one of the things that came into me was like life coaching. And there was this course taught by Charles Virtue, and I basically wanted to take this course so I could help myself. So I took the course, and when the courses were finished, I had a dream when it was all finished and everything aligned. Like in the dream, I remember there was like human beings in circles, and basically the message was like, I'm here to help humanity. And that message came to me because I worked the course and I was open and receptive. And it's an intuitive life coaching course. And I also became, uh, around that time too, it was either before or after the course I took, I became clairvoyant. I was able to see non-physical and energy and vibrations and divine light. And so, oh yeah, that was before. So I ended up, because of that new aspect of myself that came into my life, I started wanting to go into intuition practice and stuff like that. And so that's when I got this certification as a life coach. I had that dream of helping humanity, and then I ended up, getting certified as a personal trainer, teaching group fitness classes, which is amazing because I always wanted to be a personal trainer since high school. I was going to get certified by my coach, Coach Mediotti at Greenwich High School, but I ended up not doing that. And I was told, in college when I was supposed to choose a major, I was either going to choose a fine arts major or a physical education major, and I was told that I'd make a lot more money as a graphic designer, so I chose that route. So long story short, I ended up getting, working on myself, really healing and working on myself, working with these amazing spiritual teachers and mentors to help to heal myself and to learn how to help others. So I cannot explain, once I surrendered to my life purpose everything just started working out, you know. Opportunities came to me. I followed my light and everything just worked out. And I'm finding that when you're aligned, you don't have to struggle. You just have to be open-minded and receptive. And I have the ability to help you tap into your energy and help you with your life purpose and help you weed out all of the garbage which I had in me. Like I call it garbage. It's like a low energy word, garbage, but I say, you know, just low energy, you know, trauma, things that blocks, resentments, fears, you know, all these things. And I've been trained to help, you know, relieve that, and people have helped me release that as well. And so I know that that is my sole purpose, is to help humanity. And this is why I put up the Amber channel, is because I want this place to be, this space on the internet to be a space where you can come to me, you can you know, just get inspired, and I'm judgment free, and I just love humans. You know, humans really are good, beautiful people. Most of them are. And I see the beauty in everyone. And I didn't see the beauty. There was a point where I did not see the beauty in me. And now I'm able to see that, recognize that, and live it. And I'm just so grateful. So I'm here. This is long, so sorry. Hopefully you saw it all, but contact me. Have a good one.